Hey guys, Tyler Day here. In this video, I'm going to be going over 4 key terms that every affiliate marketer needs to know. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the affiliate marketing space, it can be sort of crazy with the amount of terminology that gets thrown around and the amount of acronyms and ways that people say that one thing means this when it really means something else. So I think what I've done is I've broken it down into basically 4 key terms that I think that are important for basically anyone who's getting into affiliate marketing to be familiar with. So first things first, the most important term that you should know is the EPC. Okay, so EPC stands for earnings per click. Okay, so every affiliate marketing offer has an EPC attached to it. And an EPC is basically a judge of how good that offer is. So an EPC basically means what one click is worth on average for that offer. Okay, so let's say that you send 100 clicks worth of traffic and you earn back $200 in revenue on the affiliate offer. That essentially means that your EPC would be $2 per click because you sent 100 clicks, you earn back $200 in revenue. Okay, so let's see, 100 clicks plus 200 rev equals $2 EPC. All right, so the EPC is very, very important to look at basically when you're comparing affiliate offers. So if you're running offers on multiple networks or you're split testing different offers, within the same vertical, essentially what you want to be using as a benchmark to tell how one offer is comparing to something else or how an offer is comparing to your traffic costs, you basically just look at the EPC to tell how the offer is doing, okay? So this is probably the most important metric to look at and the most important term that you should be familiar with. Okay. The second term that you should be familiar with is called the conversion rate or the CR. So you'll see this term being thrown around a lot, but essentially the conversion rate just means how many sales occur after a certain amount of clicks. So let's say that you send 100 clicks to an affiliate offer and you get 2 conversions. That means that your conversion rate equals 2%. Okay, so simple enough, but essentially conversion rate, it's not important to look at as the EPC, but essentially the conversion rate of an offer can also be, an indicator of essentially, how good the offer is going to perform based on the payout and what the conversion rate is. So if the offer has a very, very low conversion rate and a low payout, then it's likely that offer won't really work that well. But if the offer has, a decent conversion rate and a high payout, then it's good. Or if the conversion rate is very, very high, but the offer pays less, like it only pays a couple dollars or something, that could also be good too, assuming that the conversion rate is like 40, 50% plus or something like that, right? So the third term that you should look at is called the CTR. And the CTR basically is the click-through rate. So a CTR can be applied to a lot of different things in affiliate marketing, but the 2 biggest areas that you want to look at CTR are basically in your ads and on your landing page. So knowing what your click-through rate is on your ads is extremely important because, essentially it's telling you how things are going to perform. Okay, so if you have an extremely low click-through rate on your ad, you know that coming up with a better ad creative is probably room for improvement in your campaign. Or on the other hand, if your conversion rate is very low on your landing page, then you know that the biggest room for improvement is actually on the landing page in the campaign. So knowing what a CTR is and knowing what it's used for is extremely valuable. So we make a lot of our optimization decisions based around CTR, especially when it comes to the landing page. So the click-through rate on certain ads will generally vary per vertical. So if it's an offer that has a lot of mass appeal and that a lot of people can take action on, you might get a higher click-through rate on the ad. Or if it's an offer that's more niche specific that only a small select group of people are interested in, you might see a lower click-through rate on the ad too. I should note that having a lower click-through rate on the ad isn't necessarily a bad thing. So an ad can have a lower click-through rate but still be incredibly profitable as long as your offer EPC is good enough, okay? So as far as a CTR, a good benchmark for having a very good CTR would be somewhere in the range of 3 to 5% CTR on link clicks from your ad. So this means that, if you got 100 people to basically see your ad, that you would want 3 to 5 people to be clicking on it in order to have an acceptable CTR. Now, the CTR can definitely be lower than that. So, a CTR could be even 1% or less than 1%. And in some cases, that's even acceptable as long as the offer EPC is high enough to essentially support that low CTR, okay? So the fourth thing that you should be aware of is essentially the CPL if you're doing lead gen, or the CPA, okay? So I think most people that are in affiliate marketing will understand what these two things mean, but just in case you don't, we'll go over them again. So if you're doing lead generation and you're getting paid to generate leads, you need to know what your cost per lead is, okay? So that's what CPL means. So if you're getting paid, say $30 a lead, and you're not profitable unless your CPL is below $30. So you would want your CPL, your cost per lead, to be $25 or even less than that to be profitable, right? Okay, if you're not promoting lead generation offer, CPA essentially just means cost per acquisition. So it's just a more broad terminology that could be applied to any sort of cost model, whether you're generating leads, whether you're generating sales, whether you're generating zip submits or app downloads or phone calls, right? There's a lot of different things that can fall into this category, but essentially, these two things they almost mean the same thing, right? Okay, so the same principle also applies to the CPA. So if you're getting paid on a sale and your commission is $50, then you want to make sure that your cost per acquisition for that sale is less than $50. So you want your CPL or CPA to be $40, something like that, right? Okay, so just to summarize, so these are the main 4 terms that you need to know. So the EPC, the earnings per click, the conversion rate, the click-through rate, and the CPA, okay? So let me know if you have any questions about this, or let me know if there's any more terms that you want me to cover. I think really these are the most important ones that you need to know, and they're the ones that actually get most commonly kind of overlooked and not really understood with a lot of new affiliates. Anyways, guys, I hope this video is helpful. If you want to, you can go ahead and watch a video that I recorded last week on 7 successful traits to become an affiliate marketer. I'll put a link for you to click somewhere in this video. Anyways, guys, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.